that remind me somewhat of what was the hell that movie about 4 years ago? Starship Troopers, which I loved because they were fighting insects. I don't like people getting killed.
They didn't like it.
I don't like animals getting killed that much, but I like insects getting it because they're evil and they need to go.
Oh God, yes.
And when you take big insects, they really need to go. So can you give us shed just a little more light, pardon the pun, on Pitch Black?
Pitch Black is about a group of marooned travelers that obviously crash land on a planet. A planet that has 3 existing suns. And there is a total eclipse, and creatures emerge from the darkness and devour every living thing.
And they're scared of the light, though, right?
Exactly. They're like giant, you know,
sort of bat-esque.
I don't want to say bat. It's another word we can use.
Well,
anything but bat. Don't say that.
They got a little, you know, sort of.
They got that nocturnal, you know.
Little bat equals giant wasp equals giant plus giant mosquito.
Well, they're kind of like pterodactylish.
Yes. Yes. I didn't get a good look at them because the commercial doesn't give you a great look at them, but there's just a lot of wing and mouth. And
yeah, a lot of mouth. They've got these huge hammerheads.
It's like a Pokemon. Yeah.
Very Pokemon.
And let's talk about your character.
I play a convict, a criminal.
Accused of a crime never committed.
Exactly.
Oh, how did I know that?
Good. No, accused of crimes that are never confirmed.
I see. New twist.
Yeah, vilified by this character that's seemingly the hero. So I play this nefarious character who ends up being the only person that you can depend on this planet because he has night vision.
How is it that you have night vision?
He spent his life in the future. He spent his life in a futuristic slam facility, a maximum slam facility. And at the bottom of this slam it's like 36 levels deep, and at the bottom it's just this huge pit with catacombs and stuff. And it's completely aphotic. Yeah, there's no light at all. So they can get their eyes. The prisoners can get their eyes surgically enhanced by these like makeshift something. They're called cutters.
It's like tattoos.
In a way.
They infect the eyes with guitar strings. So you've had that done, so you have the night vision, so you have a one-up on everyone else on this dark planet.
Right, and you can actually see how he gets his eyes done there's a comic book, a prequel comic book on the website. Right, it actually explains how he got his eyes done, which is...
Well, I think this is, if not the only movie coming out this weekend, certainly the biggest, because it's just, I've been bombarded.
I like that, Adam. I like that.
Well, I really mean it. I couldn't, I'm not just kissing ass. If you'd asked me what movie's coming out this week, I would say Pitch Black. I don't know what else is coming out. They're bombarding us with the commercials, but I like it. I like when things fly down and eat people. That's what I enjoy. I don't like those movies where people sit around and talk. I like to see stuff flying and eating.
This is your mainstream equivalent of porn, huh?
Yeah. I could almost masturbate to this.
Yeah.
I think I might. I think I could. All right. Kevin.
Yeah.
You're 20. What's up?
All right. My girlfriend can orgasm in 2 minutes. Can I make the Guinness book or what? That's what I think. I want to know if she's faking. Can it be done?
Yeah.
Does she do that? That's what she does?
Well, I mean, you know, we have that, like, occasional quickie, weather permitting, and it's just like, I don't know. Can it be done? I mean, she's real good at it.
Well, listen, if she was going to fake it, she would do it, she would hold out longer than 2 minutes because it would arouse suspicion otherwise.
Yeah.
So she's probably not faking it.
And the ones that can go that quickly usually are sort of multiply capable. Can she do it more than once?
Layman's terms?
Multi-orgasmic.
Multi meaning one? You idiot.
Is she able to do that?
How far do we got to break down multi-orgasmic? Has a whole S-load of orgasms.
Are you stupid or something?
Easily arrives on her second orgasm.
Well, what she does is pretty much she knows we have short time, and I was seeing if she was faking it. But, like, I'll be going, and then she like, quivers and all that stuff, and, you know,
Hey, Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
How busy do they keep you at the plumbing supply warehouse that you only have 2 minutes at a time?
As in, you think I work there?
Well, what I'm asking is how come you have such a limited amount of time to have sex with her when it doesn't sound like you have 5 jobs and are going to college full time?
Oh, we're at her house, you know.
And her folks are there?
Well, yeah, upstairs, you know.
Oh, I see.
And how old is she?
She's 18.
And isn't that weird for you when she's orgasming under her parents' bedroom?
Oh, we're like all the way in the basement, but...
Good. All right. Hey, Kevin?
Yeah.
Do you have a house?
I live with my parents still.
Are you using birth control?
No, she's going to. That's another thing I was going to ask real quick if you'd let me. Like, when was... she talked to her counselor, and we were going to go over there, and I was going to go with her. And when would be a good time so we could start right away? Because we're both, like, real busy. Like, where she could get on the pill. I know it's, like, right when her period starts, is it?
Yeah.
It's, like, right around there, and you're supposed to go and then get a checkup from a gynecologist.
Kevin.
And also, what would be, like, a good one to get?
What counselor does she have?
She's her school counselor. She, like, really confides in this lady.
Kevin, get her on the pill now.
Okay.
Just get it faster the better. Triphasic pills get her triphasic pills because they're active right away. They work right away.
All right, Kevin?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, take it easy,
In the
guys.
meantime, condoms. You get free condoms at Dr. Drew Common Fan.
All right, Kevin?
How many did you get from you for free?
3.
You get 3.
And if you have a friend register, I think they give you 2 more.
Allow 4 to 8 weeks for shipping, though. Can you hang on?
No, it'll take about 2 days.
I'm kidding. All right there, Kevin.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Don't get anyone pregnant.
Oh, no. No.
Okay. Wondering while Kevin's running around.
No.
Debbie?
He's talking in riddles.
That's all right.
Hi.
I've learned to speak. What do I call our callers?
Egotards.
Egotards, yes.
Egotardish.
Debbie?
Yes, I'm here.
You're 30.
Yes.
What's up?
First I'd like to say hi to both of you, and I think both of you are great. I really like your show a lot.
Say hi to Vin Diesel, too.
Hi, Vin.
Hey, Debbie.
How are you?
I'm healthy at the moment.
Okay. I did something really silly when I was 19. I lost my virginity, and I had unprotected sex. And I contracted an STD.
Oh.
And I am married. I've been married for 2 years. And I'm trying to get pregnant. And I wonder if I am sterile from the gonorrhea that I contracted.
Did you get pelvic inflammatory disease?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't really know. I know I had pain there. And
Did they have to put you in the hospital?
No, nothing like that. They treated me. How I realized I had a discharge, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And this was probably maybe a week after.
Did they treat you for chlamydia also?
Yes.
Okay, so that was
a
a...
shot, and they gave me pills, the antibiotics.
Right. So
Okay.
Why is it you think you're sterile?
I'm not getting pregnant. I haven't been trying that long. I've been trying since September of last year.
18 months. That's pretty good.
And
September of 99 or September of 98?
99.
So just 6 months, 8 months.
Okay, yeah, about something like that. I've been off the pill for over a year, though, before September, okay?
Yeah.
And I went to the doctor. I always go to my doctor for my pelvic exams, and my pelvic...
You don't go to the transmission place?
No, I don't.
It's a doctor.
Debbie, here's what happens next, is you need to see a doctor who has some ability to treat fertility problems.
Oh, wait a minute. It's been 6 months.
6 months. You should wait a year, really, before you really...
Do you think
But
this
I've
thing...
been off the pill way over a year.
Yeah, but you've been trying to get pregnant for 6 months, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, but do you think this thing that happened 11 years ago has anything to do with it?
Routinely.
I wonder...
Routinely.
Hold on a second.
Hang on.
Somebody gets... what'd she have? What'd you say she had?
Probably chlamydia. Right?
Chlamydia.
We call it gonorrhea.
Yes, but a week later, she's 19, she's a virgin,
Yep.
she loses her virginity. A week later, she notices some discharge.
Yep.
She goes and takes care of it.
Mm-hmm.
From that,
She had a lot of pelvic pain. It probably was into the tubes at that point, and it can damage the little hair cells that move the egg down the tube.
1 week,
Even 1 week. Not necessarily.
would everyone ever be sterile if this was true?
There are millions of cases of tube dysfunction.
1 week, you didn't fester for a long period of time?
It's more likely to cause fertility problems if it's indolent and goes on for a while, but it can routinely cause fertility problems. Routinely. It's a routine issue.
But seriously, if you're a gambling man, would you say this is the reason?
I'd say 50-50.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Why
do I know more than you?
Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. I would get what's called a hysterosalpingogram, which is a thing that lights up the uterus and the tubes and see if there's any problems, see if there's any scarring, see if the tubes are open and patent, and see if it seems to be functioning normally.
Do they use that flashlight the ushers use in the movie theater to do that? How do they get that up in there?
Yeah, that long one, right.
Yeah,
that's it.
Where are those? I want one of those. Remember when flashlights? No, the flashlight itself had that long red plastic end on the end of it. That's man, what a day.
They use those how to guide airplanes into those little airports we frequent.
Oh man, between the guy at the gas station checking the oil, checking the tire pressure, and wiping the windshield down, and that guy. Yeah, I mean,
our listeners probably know that there was such a thing.
Let me explain what an usher is. A guy works at the theater who doesn't want money. I know this sounds bizarre. It's not the concession guy. It's not the guy at the ticket counter. It's not the guy who's running the projector. And it's not someone who's, like, cuffing you and bringing you down. Just a nice guy in a bow tie telling you, hey, you can sit here if you want.
That's the guy that used to get your gasoline for you or wipe your windshield.
Same guy. Yeah. Different bow tie, but same guy. Oh, man.
But anyway, Debbie, I talked to you can wait a year. It's reasonable to try that long. And maybe you can get some kits where you sort of time your ovulation and make sure you have sex around the ovulation time within 24 hours.
How do you time it? Temperature?
Yeah, there's a body temperature.
Where do you put that thermometer?
In the mouth.
You do?
Yeah.
And then in the mouth?
There too, yeah.
You can? Do you put it there?
Wherever you need to take your temperature, yeah. You can put it under your arm if you want.
Yeah.
As long as you're taking the temperature. And the deal is, though, I would think you'd want to get a sperm count for your husband, make sure that end is okay, and then you get a hysterosalpingogram.
Does your temperature go up when you're fertile or down?
I believe it drops.
It drops.
Yeah.
So that's how you know you're ovulating?
Yeah.
You know you're ovulating when your temperature drops?
Yeah.
Can you get your temperature to drop and induce ovulation?
No.
Reed?
Hello?
You're 17 years old?
Yeah. You know what? I want to know if I can bake Prozac into brownies.
Sure.
And would it be safe, and would I get a buzz off of it?
That's the way they recommend dosages. No. Isn't that true, Drew?
Prozac doesn't give you a buzz. I've never heard of anybody cooking with it, so I don't know if the molecule would survive that. And I don't know how you dose it either, but it's not a medicine that gives you a buzz.
Hey, Reed?
Yeah?
Couldn't you just hit yourself in the head with a frying pan or something and catch a little, kind of altered feel off of that?
No.
No?
No.
Do you ever sniff gasoline or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do I know that?
Not gasoline, but, I have tried,
hydrocarbons.
Nail polish.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. This Reed.
Yeah.
Reed, what do you figure you're not going to need your brain later on?
I don't know. I'm in the experimentation mode right now.
Yeah, this is more than experimentation, though, Reed. I mean, there are certain cultures where this is not that uncommon at all, but it's extremely damaging to your brain.
I've stopped doing that. I have.
I know, but now you're talking about cooking Prozac and brownies and eating it.
Well, I'm already on Prozac, so...
Well, is he doing the job now?
I think if he was doing his job, he wouldn't be considering cooking with it.
Do you want to see what happened to him again?
Hey, Reed?
Yeah?
Did something happen to you?
Like what?
Well, something horrible.
Depending on what you call horrible.
Well,
What happened to you?
Somebody did something to you that maybe they shouldn't have done?
Yeah, I was abused.
Who abused you?
It was a babysitter, a female babysitter when I was 5.
Wow.
How many times?
It was 3 years.
Over 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Oh, your parents really left town. Would they go to Europe?
No.
No, so it was like once a week for 3 years?
No, it was every day after school.
Wow. Mm. And what would she do with you?
She let me stick objects in her.
Wow. Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. How old is she?
Now I remember she had pubes, so she must have been like 13 or at least that age. I believe she was 14. Now she has children.
Did she abuse you?
What?
She abused you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she just let you partake in, like,
that's
5-year-old activity?
It's a form of abuse.
Yeah, it's traumatizing.
Vin, where are you from?
From a place where everyone does that.
That's what I was thinking.
I come from a place where babysitters allow you to do whatever they want.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, where Vin comes from, they ask. When the parents come, did you molest the kid?
No.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't get around to it. Okay, here's $10. But if you did molest a child, no pay if you molest.
Here's the phone number. Here's where we're going to be. Here's the various objects John likes to play with when he's with the babysitters.
That's right. Yes. Boy, hold on. Let's talk a little more to Reed. Reed?
Yeah?
Okay, and other than you doing things to her, did she do things to you?
Yes, she did. She stuck things in my rear.
Oh, boy.
And, I never told anybody about this. It's the first time I said this out loud.
It is what is at the core of what's going on here with you, one of the big issues, and you should be discussing this with the doctors that are prescribing medication to treat the consequences of all this.
Well, and yes, and listen, you were abused. Now you're just going to pick up the torch and carry the abuse on yourself.
Oh, yes.
Don't do it to yourself. And you know what's interesting about Reed? We talk to young women all the time that got abused when they're 5 years old, and they sound like little girls because they get locked in that little girl thing. It's like they got locked into the age they were abused. Did you catch Reed's voice?
Yeah.
Reed is 17. Reed doesn't sound a lot like Vin. Reed sounds like if Vin's small toe could talk, that's what Reed would sound like. Listen to this, Reed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
You can hear that. You sound like you were locked in when you were 5.
Well, I guess...
That's what happened.
Do you think that might have turned me gay or something?
Well, those sorts of violations can certainly challenge your sexual identity, and to say turned you gay is sort of is a misnomer, but it's very common for people that have issues of sexual abuse to have questions about their identity.
But I'm not the only one she did this to.
Of course not. And my concern is that she's doing it to her kids now.
Well, she did this to her brother.
Of course. Well, listen, somebody did something to her. Believe me, some parent did that.
Can you report her or something, Reed?
It's been so many years.
There's no statute on this.
How old are her kids? She has kids.
I think her kids are like 5.
Don't you want to protect the kids from this?
This is the first time I've even confronted this. I mean, out loud. I mean, it's something that I've been thinking about for years.
Well, how did you know about her brother?
What about? Because we would do it at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes he would stick things in me.
Oh, boy.
And then I would stick things in her. It was like we call it a train.
All right. Hey, Reed?
Yeah?
You got to get some therapy. You got to read some books. And you got to stop, messing with your own mind. Would you please do that?
Yes.
Okay. Don't victimize yourself, please, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. Yeah, see that voice? 5. There it was. Oh, man. Oh, she's got kids. Oh, boy. Lauren?
Yes.
You're 18. What's up?
I'm having trouble convincing my mom to let me go to a gynecologist and to a therapist.
Wow. You're 18.
Yeah, I'm 18. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. What convincing do you have to do? Why do you need your mom involved with this in any way?
I'm still in high school.
You're 18.
Still in high school.
It's time to start taking care of yourself, Lauren.
She kind of opens my mail sometimes.
Oh, boy.
No, it's not okay.
Eating disorder?
No. I don't know. I'm a little bit overweight. I'm 165.
A little intrusive, though, Mama is. Hey, listen, you want to go to a psychologist and a gynecologist?
Well,
Psychologist.
I just thought of it. What about a psychogynecologist? You got the hand up the vagina, and he's saying, so why do you blame your parents? You have plenty of time to talk. You're not going anywhere. These guys got a lot of medical training. They got a lot of schooling.
It wouldn't be like talking to a psych dentist.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
No, that's good. They're going to do that. They kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So you want to go to a gynecologist because why?
Here's what you need to do. No.
Hold on. I want to know why. Are you sexually active now?
No, not yet. But I might like to be sometime in the future. I'd like to go before.
Right. You're 18. It's time to go. That's the deal.
How? I live in a small Catholic Louisiana town.
You get a phone book, you call the hospital nearby, and you ask who they recommend for gynecology.
Or you go down to the coin-op laundry and see, pull one of those tabs off the gynecologist sheet hanging on the corkboard.
You go to the gynecologist, and while you're there, you talk with that doctor about some of the psychological needs that you have, and get a referral and follow the directions. This is your health care. This has nothing to do with your mom.
All right, Lauren?
Okay.
Where's your dad? He's out of the picture, right?
Yeah, they were divorced when I was 2, and my mom's been married 3 times.
3 times. All right. Hey, Lauren?
Yes?
Listen to me, because truer words were never spoken. Your mom's nuts. You understand? She's crazy. I know. As to you, it's your mom. To me, just another whacked-out 42-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
It's been an effort.
Listen, I'm telling you, I think it's important for kids to know sometimes the parents are nuts and they just shouldn't listen to them.
Or wrong.
Or wrong. And nuts. You see what I'm saying, Lauren?
Mm-hmm.
It will drive you nuts if you pay attention to them. I mean, look back, everybody, on those bosses you had, on those school teachers you had, on those girlfriends and boyfriends that you had way back when. You worshiped them, you idolized them, some football coach or something, and you lived and died with every action and every word they said. Now you look back on them and you realize, hey, half those people were nuts. And I was kind of not in a good position to be listening to those people, because I could have gone either way with some of those things, especially in a relationship, school teacher, weird uncle, whatever.
Excuse me?
What I'm saying is
tell us?
You idolize your parents.
We spoke about it for the first time tonight. Maybe this is your chance, Adam.
You idolize your parents when you're a kid, you idiot. And
hey, listen,
they are mommy and they're daddy, but you know what? You get a little older, you get a little distance, you realize, hey, maybe I should have been listening to this person quite as much. I mean, 4 divorces under the belt, don't want me to go to the gynecologist. I'm just giving Lauren the freedom to realize mom's nuts, move out of the house, go to college, and move on. All right?
Let's us move on, too.
All right. Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. He's from Pitch Black, which is hitting the theaters. Flying in the theaters, huh? Flying in the theaters Friday. When we come back, we'll speak to Bob's 21, had sex with a hooker in Tijuana. Now, she says her kid is his. And wants to know how it can be proved. We'll tell him how to do it after this. That is Dr. Drew. The man without his headphones is Vin Diesel. Vin is in Pitch Black. Coming out, is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Friday.
I'll tell you.
Presidential weekend.
I know I say this about every movie where we have a guest in on this show who's starring in that movie, but I like this movie. Stuff flying down and eating people. And the reviews, at least the ones they show in the commercials, happen to be good. I don't know if that's coincidence, and I can't read if it's I can't read if it's like Ron Brewington from National Urban Radio or it's actually a New York Times.
The critics agree,
but they look good.
Ain't it cool news? Harry Knowles is a very tough critic.
One of the what do they say?
Ain't it cool news? What do you think, Dr. Drew?
Come on, Drew, hipping up.
Come on, really, this is outrageous. The film's Nitro.
Nice.
Moriarty, who's also on the film, said it was the best film he's seen, or one of the best sci-fi he's seen since Terminator.
I'll tell you, I love a good sci-fi, but there's so many bad ones, but a good one, and as I've said on this show before, and I think it bears repeating, I don't understand why, and I know, Drew, you make fun of this, you scoff at this kind of thinking, but really break it down and think about it for a second.
What is it now you're saying?
When it comes down to best film of the year, and you take a movie going back to like Terminator 2, or even the first Terminator, or even Alien, a movie like that. This is a movie that not only has a very compelling story and good acting, but amazing effects. Yeah. And aren't the effects part of the movie?
Right.
Why is it My Dinner with Andre beats Terminator 2?
Right.
You know what I mean? Why is that a better film? A couple of homos sitting around talking beats this. Half of it's improvised, and the only set is a coffee table. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's the film. Now, I understand it's not best dialogue and it's not best original screenplay. It's best movie. And that includes editing, and that includes lighting, and that includes costume, and that includes special effects. And if you take a look at something like T2 from back when, or Alien, or Aliens, or something like that. I mean, you're talking about the difference between a rowboat and a battleship. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
And why those movies aren't even considered when some of them are actual good movies. They get snubbed each year.
Because I think probably because it all comes out of the discipline of drama.
Yeah,
and
but
so drama and dramatics is about the interpersonal, the acting.
But you take a look at
material. The reality is there are many sci-fi films that have compelling stories.
Oh, that's what he's saying, I think, is that they should. But he's saying even if they don't, shouldn't they still be considered higher than that has just good drama?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying
because the film, the cinematography, the film
at least put them in the running
because of the special effects. Well, there are special effects award categories.
I know, but
that's not sufficient enough, I guess. But
well, to me, it's like when you say best film, that should include something from every category.
You and I are way out of our league with this because we have to really know something about that which is cinematic. And what the hell do we know about that?
Wait a minute. My grandfather
was nominated for an Academy Award. I studied auteur criticism in college. That doesn't make me jack, though.
Please, I know more than any of those homos in Hollywood. Bob?
What's up, Adam?
You're 21.
You've been hanging out with your guy friends, too.
I know what's going on.
Long here.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll let history decide, Drew.
No.
Bob?
Hey.
What's going on?
How you doing? Hey, I want to say what's up to Vin.
Hey, buddy.
All right. Yeah, I was in Tijuana, ended up having sex with a stripper, and she told me she was pregnant.
Hey, Bob, are you on a speakerphone?
Yeah, hold on.
All right, you idiot. The temerity to speak to us on a speakerphone. Hang up my own grandmother. She uses a speakerphone.
Hang up your grandmother anyway.
That's true, but it's because she uses a speakerphone. Eric?
Yeah.
You're 22.
What's going on?
Bob, as much as I like Tijuana hookers, you're going to have to wait. I'm going to punish you a little bit. You're 22, Bob. Eric, what's up?
People told me that I might have a compulsive behavior or something because I'm constantly scared of touching something without washing my hands, and I carry like alcohol pads with me, and if I have to touch something that anybody else has touched, I want to rub it down, and I don't know, I'm scared of germs.
Yeah, I'm the same way, except for I had a mini Snickers bar that got kicked 10 feet across the carpet in my office today.
They get directly off the floor, probably.
Well, I didn't get down on my knees and lick it off the floor. I bent down and picked it up. Hey, Eric?
Yeah.
Well, they're right.
Well, they may be right.
Of course they're right.
There are other disturbances, thought disturbances, and things that can have similar kinds of symptoms.
But they're close enough.
But they're close enough.
They're definitely warm.
And this is a strongly biological process.
Vin's hawking up kimchi now.
These days have medication treatments and whatnot, so you really should take advantage of it. They can get quite intense, these
like what kind of medication?
Oh, Luvox, sort of specifically designed for this. Prozac. No, not a lot of side effects. Or if you want to just get some psychotherapy and see why or what's motivating some of these strategies, you can check it out. But the primary, sort of cornerstone of treatment for these kinds of things today is medication.
Does it affect your life? Does it make your life any more difficult?
He's talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Drew. Go ahead.
Yeah, so annoying that is.
Shut up. I'll shut your mic.
Does it affect your life? Does it make your life that much more difficult?
Kind of. It just, I don't know, it bugs me to not wash my hands after everything.
Are you doing other rituals? Turning TVs on and off and lights on and off, that kind of thing?
No, nothing like that.
Do you have intrusive thoughts where you believe something's going to happen to you if you don't do certain things?
No, I'm mainly just scared of picking, like, colds and flus and stuff like that.
I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I mean, the people are germ conscious. I'm germ conscious. I won't drink out of somebody else's bottle.
I don't drink after other people either.
You're like me. It's not that big a deal. You just like to you like to be a little bit cautious. That's okay.
No, Eric's worse. Eric's got a problem. Don't listen to Vin.
Eric, I'm with you. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You like to be clean, and that's okay. I don't see anything wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with that to a point. And then after a certain point, and I'll decide where that point is, it becomes unacceptable.
Cleanliness, you know the expression.
It's next to Satan. Now, Drew, I need a pill to, because I got the opposite problem. I mean, I'll take a cigarette out of a hobo's mouth, take a drag off it, hand it back to him. I eat stuff off the floor all the time.
That's what I meant. You ate that cigarette, you probably dove onto the floor and ate it right off.
Well, it hit and it rolled a little on the floor. I just picked it up. I blew it off.
It's a self-sabotaging thing that you're doing.
I ate a See's Candy Easter egg, one of those oversized novelty-sized Easter eggs that had been on my friend's, it wasn't his porch, it was more a stoop or something. It was indoors, but it was under the, it was like he had like a garden window. I've been sitting out there since April. I guess I ate that thing in like August.
Not smart.
Once.
Not smart.
Look at me, I'm fine. Let me tell you something about all that stuff. My partner, Jimmy Kimmel, he ate a piece of bacon that came off of a Whopper, or came off a McDonald's burger. Ate a piece of bacon that had been thumbtacked to the wall at K-Rock for 1 year. 1 year. Thumbtacked to it on the wall in the morning show office, put the date on her and said, 1 year from now I will eat it. 1 year from now, he ate it. He's fine. Look at him. I mean, he's a little off. But he seems to be all right. Bob?
Hello.
You're 21.
Yes, sir.
Are you off that speakerphone?
I was just in a little room that was echoing real bad. Sorry about that.
Toilet. I hear the toilet flushing.
Bob, you still in the toilet?
No, that's not me.
That's not you?
Right, yeah.
Listen, you know what I want to invent? Hold on, Bob. I want to invent a toilet flusher with a timer on it. Because I get into many a conversation on the phone while I'm on the pot. And here's what happens. Then be honest. I know this has happened to you. You're sitting on the pot. You're offloading. You're on the phone, and you stand up. And now it's embarrassing. You don't want to flush the toilet because you don't want the person you've been talking to, especially if it's a girl, to think you've been on taking a crap.
Of course not.
So what I do is I lean out. Hold on a second. Hey, Anderson. Listen, I don't know if you're landing a plane over there or making a pizza, but what are you doing? What is that with the hand flying around and everything? All right. Now, Drew, you think that's weird, but I see the engineer's hand zipping around, and I think something's going on in there. No. Okay. So, I take crap, and now I'm on the phone. Now, what I try to do sometimes is lean outside of the bathroom, stick my foot out, and flush it with my foot. But it's hard. And what I want is
and then run.
Then run.
Yeah.
Now, what I would like the toilet's going to blow up or something. What I want is a timer where I flush the toilet, but it doesn't flush for 5-10 seconds. I get into the next room, slam the door. Because here's what happens. I end up walking away from the toilet, not flushing it. And then I start talking, and then I have a beer, and then I put the phone down, and then I go watch some TV, and there's a knock on the door, and some girl comes over and says, hey, can I use the bathroom? And I go, yeah, go ahead, help yourself. And there's a huge load floating in there. The only few times I've been busted with the Duke in the toilet has been, I've traced it back to being on the phone when I was on the pot. If somebody would invent a toilet that just had a little timer. Yeah, why not? You get down the hall. Oh. The remote control. Oh. I got a remote control my new toilet seat. But then I swear to God, I'm going to tell you about this. That's the seat. Yeah, that doesn't control the toilet.
That's so funny.
All right, Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. Pitch Black is the name of his movie, and when we come back, we'll finish off with Bob, who had sex with Tijuana Hooker and claims she's pregnant now. Line. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LVE-191. Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. He stars in Pitch Black. That is that new sci-fi movie where everyone gets eaten. February 18th. That would be tomorrow. It opens and opens in a big way. I mean, that's as big opening as I got, right?
No, absolutely.
2,000 screens or something like that?
Yeah, wow. That's right.
And nothing else really coming out. I mean, got that Michael Douglas movie where he kind of looks like he has Down syndrome or something. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm looking at the invitation now. Who decided on this picture? Undependable, unpredictable, unforgettable. Wonder Boys. All right, so don't see that. No. Listen, I'll tell you the movie I want to see. How Michael Douglas got in the pants of his new wife. What the hell's her name? Maria Conchita Alonso Escuela? Yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's the movie I'd see. I'd show up with a notepad and a dictaphone to that one. And he could hold a symposium afterward. I'd stick around for that.
The do's and don'ts?
Yeah. I'll just take the do's. Bob?
Hey, what's up, sir?
All right, so you're 21. You went to TJ, got a hooker.
It was actually a stripper.
Oh, stripper, okay.
So I didn't pay her no money, but...
Right.
So we had a one-night stand, and she's already had the child, you know, and she's saying it's mine.
How'd she get in touch with you?
Well, she...
That's the good part.
She called me.
Oh, she called you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah, that explains it. I've been to Tijuana
number. That's
15 times, and, you know.
Never got that call.
Never got that call.
The story's already unraveled.
Of course, I don't leave my card. What's going on? How'd she get your phone number?
Well, I was going back, you know, getting some tail. I was a pretty happy guy, you know, and ended up giving her my number, and we kind of had a little semi-relationship, sort of.
How semi?
Well, I would go down, and we'd spend a little time together, you know.
How often would you go down?
Sorry?
How often would you go down?
I never got drunk.
No, about once or twice a week.
Oh,
Once or twice a week. Where do you live?
This is
San Diego.
This is a relationship.
Where do you live?
San Diego.
You a jarhead?
Yep.
Yeah. I know what goes on. I know the world works. So he's stationed out in San Diego, and he goes across the border there, hooks up with her. Do you go to her house?
Actually, this was like 9 months ago, right? And she went and moved with her mother, which is further south in Mexico.
Right.
And so I've just been talking to her on the phone.
Uh-huh.
And so I quit going down to TJ because of you guys' show. You know, you've really kind of shown the light on, like, a lot of reasons why.
Ooh.
I was looking at a lot of my past and everything, and I've been going to therapy.
All right, Bob. Listen,
very good.
I don't want to get the Tijuana Tourism Board on our ass. I mean, we don't discourage people from going whoring down in TJ and buying ETs with plaster Prussian helmets on them. I mean, well, Lord knows it's a rich culture over there, and we don't want to discourage anyone from experiencing it, but maybe you should have been using some protection when you were having sex with this young lady.
Yeah, well, we only had, like I said, one time we had sex, and I did use a condom.
Oh, hold on now, Bob. Now I'm getting a little confused.
You went down a couple of times a week.
And what would you do? Just help her...
Get something to eat and hang out, maybe. That's pretty much it.
All right, hold on a sec, Bob. I'm going to try to do a little recap here and see if I can connect the dots. He goes down to TJ once for some bachelor party or something, gets hooked up with the stripper, ends up having sex with her, ends up liking her and having sort of a quasi-relationship. So he goes down twice a week for some period of time, except for no sex after that.
And except she moves south and we're on the phone, we don't really have
But he only a couple of times a week. That's more than some of my friends see their wives.
And no sex during the couple of times a week?
Something's off.
You can't go to Tijuana without having sex. They actually, it's one of the questions they ask you when you're leaving. They want to know how to get back. They want you back.
When you fill out the customs?
That's right. Were you
Have you had sex? No. You cannot leave.
Well, sometimes they're accommodating. They step into this room. We'll take care of it so you can get out of the country. I realize you're in a rush, Mr.
It's a cavity search of natures.
Bob?
Yes, sir.
How is it that you only had sex with her the one time, yet you're going down there and visiting her constantly?
Well, we were doing other things,
oral sex,
things like that, and
yeah. Why not intercourse?
I don't know.
That's interesting. You gotta look at that.
Yet you had sex with her like the first time you met her, right?
Right, and it was protected, but see, we were getting into a little foreplay, and I had some pre-ejaculation. She was really trying to get on me without a protection, and I stopped her. I said, whoa, you know, and she was real close, and there was some pre-ejaculation floating around.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And so I hurried and put the condom on. And
still have to wonder if this is your child.
Do you think it's your child? Honestly, off the record, what do you really think?
I've heard Dr. Drew say that pre-ejaculation contains a high content of sperm.
That's a bogus call. I can just tell the way he's coming at me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I can just tell.
Drew got that feeling, huh?
All the way along I was feeling, no, something's coming. He's building to something.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really?
What can I say?
Maybe he's just, you know, our callers are extraordinarily stupid, Drew. You don't know. Mm-hmm. Hey, Bob?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to defend you. I'm with you.
I'm telling the honest to God.
I believe you. What was her name?
Marlum.
Yeah, see, no one makes up Marlum. Yeah, you don't make that up. And,
do you think it's your baby or not?
No, he doesn't know.
She's swearing up and down it's mine.
Oh, listen, Bob, you had sex with her one time, you had a condom on.
9 months? 6 months? I mean, how does it work? I mean, a guy usually knows that magical night that something slipped up. What do you think? Do you honestly think it's yours or not?
There was definitely, she was in the very close area, and I had some pre-ejaculation coming out.
I don't know. It really doesn't sound like it. And Bob, A, she's from Tijuana, and B, she's a stripper, and God knows.
Do the blood test.
Who else she's on top?
Right. I'm thinking about the kid, and she's never known her father. She was abandoned.
Yeah.
And it's like she recreated that same thing.
Oh, she's got the guilt thing down to it.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about the child, too. And
all right, Bob,
blood test.
Bob, if she wants to get a DNA or blood test, how much do those run you, by the way?
$100.
Couple hundred?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bob sounds guilty and sounds like he should, but I highly doubt this is his child.
He doesn't doubt it.
Yeah, I know, but that's just because he's kind of stupid and guilty.
He's playing it out. He's thinking it could potentially be his.
Oh, we got to beef up those borders, Drew. Jacob?
Yeah, hello?
You're 15.
Yeah,
What's up?
I want to say hi to you guys.
How's it going there?
Yeah, I was, going out with this girl for about 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, I was just sitting down, she started talking to me, and then she told me she was going out with my brother.
Hey, Jacob?
Yeah.
The reason you're having difficulty speaking beside the pot is the radio's turned up in the background there. Okay. All right, hold on a second there, brother. All right. See what we have to deal with every night?
Besides the pot. Goes it in, slips it in, floors everybody in the office.
D?
Hello?
You're 27. What's up?
Hey, man. What's going on? My deal is I've been dating this girl for now about almost 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe 7, I don't know. But the thing of it is she's like stuck in the late 70s, early 80s. I mean, her private parts won't be as trim, as up to date, and this and that, and it's like, and she really doesn't.
She has a retro bush?
Yeah. And it's like, I've been talking to her about, how oral sex on me is, it's like...
Hey, D.
Yeah.
I want to guess your profession. Can I do that?
Well, go for it, man.
Yeah, that's not a bad guess. Are you in one of the trades?
No, not necessarily, no.
No, not necessarily?
No.
You work on, you supply some sort of construction material?
Yeah, basically, not really, but it's getting a little closer.
So you're saying you're a CPA who hauls a little drywall every once in a while?
Yeah,
You drive something?
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't necessarily what I do.
That's not what you do.
No, yes, not necessarily it. That's it.
Hold on, Arlene Francis wants to venture a guess before we flip over all the cars. You do something in the construction trade, sort of.
Kind of, yeah.
Not really. You drive a little something.
Not really.
Is the thing that you drive powered by propane?
Nope.
No, you don't drive a forklift?
Yeah. But that ain't what I drive all the time.
No, I understand you go to and from work on a moped, but once you get to work, you hop on the forklift, right?
Not necessarily, no.
Not immediately. Sometimes you use the bathroom.
I might use a forklift maybe like once in 2 weeks.
All right, so it's not something you hop on all the time, but that's powered by propane, isn't it?
Maybe works to water.
Yeah, but I also drive stuff that's powered by diesel, and I also drive stuff that's powered by gasoline.
Okay,
gotta go
where are you going at here?
I'm trying to figure out. Well, you work at some sort of construction supply, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I work for the state. I do a lot of different things here.
All right. Hold on there, D.
Okay.
D should have a cologne named after him because he's a man of mystery. I'm very intrigued, and I know the ladies are as well, as to what D is really doing, to bring home that kind of coin. We'll get to the bottom of that after this. Carolla, that is Dr. Drew. Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. He is from Pitch Black. That is out February 18th, which is tomorrow. D is 27 and on hold. And
we're trying to figure out what his career is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He does many things. He wears many hats.
But not really.
He wears many hats, all of them hard.
More importantly, the pie tie was eaten a little too fast.
Uh-oh.
Stomach is a little bit nuts. Dr. Drew?
It's slow next time.
Vin polished off a bucket of pad thai noodles, like when your dog hops the fence and gets into something,
like 2 pounds of box of candy or something.
Yeah, he creatures in Pitch Black, how they devour people.
Very good. He ate a family-sized trough of pad thai to his head in about 8 minutes.
Hey, I offered you. I offered all of you.
I should have, and now I bet you wish I did.
Please.
D?
Yeah.
Yeah, you drive a forklift once in a while.
Yeah.
You work for the city.
Yeah.
You do a little maintenance then, right?
A little more than that, but we'll leave it at that.
Well, what do you do? You work on the parks, the roads? What do you do?
I take care of the bridges.
The bridges.
Yeah, everything you guys drive across. All you people out there drive across these bridges.
Hey,
thank you.
D, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm from the Valley. I don't know what a bridge is. There's no bridges in the Valley.
No bridge and tunnel out here.
I once did a little coke with Jeff Bridges. That was it.
You get in the city or even you get out in the country, you have to cross the bridge sooner or later.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
All right. D, what do you do on those bridges?
I paint them.
Oh, you paint them?
Yeah, I'll make sure that structural steel stays
That's right.
tough. Man.
Yep.
Otherwise, the elements and the atmosphere will deteriorate them.
Let me write that down.
If it ain't for me, then makes it.
Hey, D?
Yeah.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but if it wasn't for you, they'd hire some other drunk guy to do it.
Well, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
There's plenty of us out there.
That's true. All right, D. So your woman, she doesn't...
My woman, I don't know, she seems like she's like stuck back in the 80s or late 70s, early 80s, you know, back when it was disco and all this and that. I don't know. Say of it is, how do you tell a woman that she needs to get up to date or to get with the program? And what I mean about
magazines?
Watch TV with her, make a game of it, do it yourself?
D, I'm guessing you ain't using your Palm Pilot in your new electric car yourself. You know what I mean?
What designer clothing are you wearing?
I'm picturing D in a pair of Zeppelin jeans and some gas Earth-type shoes with maybe a Kennington velour shirt.
You think?
And a lot of beard. You got some beard on you?
Yeah, I got a few beards.
Yeah, I could smell that beard.
Can you?
You said beard? You got beer in you or a beard on you?
I got them both, man.
That's right. 3 for 3 with this D. Now, what do you care what kind of shape her crotch is in when you got that big old Dan Haggerty beard down there? I mean, how do you know where you end and she begins?
Well, because it's like this, man. It's like she tries to take care of me, but she really don't know how to go about it.
All right. Well, D, you get yourself a new woman.
Nah,
I'm sure a guy like you have no trouble.
She's a good woman. It's what it is.
All right.
She's been in a relationship where it was like barefoot and pregnant.
Yeah.
That's the way you need
to take her shopping.
That was with her dad.
D?
Yeah.
Listen, you take her out. Yes, I agree with Vin. You take her out, you treat her like a queen. Get her a nice manicure, pedicure, and a pubicure. And, get her some nice clothes. You make a lot of money working for the city. You buy her some nice updated clothes. And maybe even some shoes. Get her a new rope for a belt. Yeah.
And you close your eyes. Think how old does he sound?
D is 27 years old.
You sound 50.
You sound like Ansel Adams I was picturing.
That's right.
Oh, my God. Seriously, I was picturing Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard. But the guy's 27, everybody. Nicole?
Yes?
You're 18?
Yes.
What's up? See, the syndication's great.
Yeah, he's an interesting character.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you find out where he's from?
I don't know. Hold on. I got to find out. D.
Hey.
Where are you calling from, brother?
This is D. Yeah, man. What'd you do? Cut me off?
D, where are you calling from? D, where are you calling from? D, where are you calling from?
Cincinnati.
D, speak up.
Cincinnati. There you go. I was just there last weekend. Wasn't
a lot of time at Lovely Airport.
Beautiful country over there, at least the airport. John?
Yeah.
All right, wait a minute. Well, no, I was supposed to talk to Nicole, wasn't I, Drew?
Yes.
All right, I screwed up. Nicole?
Hi.
All right, so you're 18. What's up?
Hi. I have a question.
Yes.
Hello?
Yep.
Okay. Am I on? Hi, guys.
How
are you? I was giving oral sex to some guy,
who I've known for a while. And, I think, like, I'm not sure, but I have, like, bumps in my mouth now, and I never had it before. And, like, I'm just thinking, like, I have, like, an STD. I don't know if I'm getting paranoid.
Where are the bumps?
They're, like, in, like, the side of my cheek, like, inside, like, my mouth.
Do they hurt?
Like, they hurt when I drink orange juice. Like, they're definitely visible. They do hurt, but...
How many?
There's a few. I'd say there's at least 5. Like, I made an appointment for the doctor for, like, it's in, like, 3 days. But I don't know, I'm just going crazy. Like,
it's symmetrical? It's symmetrical on both sides?
No, they're not. They're only on the left side.
I wouldn't worry about it.
What side of your mouth is the penis side? I chew my penis on the left. You know what I mean? You kind of have a side. You know, if you, like, smoke cigarette, you smoke on this side of the mouth or that side of the mouth. What's your penis side?
I guess it would be the right, though. And it's on the other side.
For Drew, it's his backside. It's a little different.
It's good you're getting seen, but I think you should relax.
You don't think it's anything?
No, we've never really heard of this, have we?
Like, you can't catch an STD just from that, right?
Yes, you can. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely you can.
Of course
and they just, the study just came out that showed you can get HIV that way, in fact.
You sleep like a baby tonight, okay? No, listen, you don't have that. Did the guy have anything on his penis that you could taste or see?
I couldn't see because it was dark out. There was one little candle in the room, you know, like I really couldn't see anything.
Oh, in the room? Because I usually tell the guy to turn the dome light on.
No, I don't think that, like, I couldn't see anything. I've known he slept with, like, a lot of people. I've known him for a while, you know? Like, I just assume, like, he has, like, a lot of, like, sexual experience, but I just hope he doesn't have anything, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't.
Okay.
All right. So you go to the doctor and get checked out. But, Drew, we never hear about... I mean, it's not like a herpes type thing. It doesn't sound like it.
Doesn't sound like it, though.
And warts... No. Look at the warts in the mouth. I'm trying to think what it is. John?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 18. What's up?
You can't get warts.
Okay,
inside your mouth?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Canker sores? No, that's herpes, canker sores.
John?
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, I smoked pot like 3 weeks ago. 3 to 4 weeks ago, actually. And I was wondering how long it would stay in your system.
It depends. How many months before 3 or 4 weeks ago were you smoking it every day?
Apparently it stays in for a while.
Yeah, we hear it.
Well,
you're a daily user for several years, huh?
No, not really. I just started about like a couple of months ago, maybe.
And using it every day?
No.
How often are you using it?
Like once in a while, like every other week or something like that.
Really? That's it? So are you sick now or something?
Yeah, I'm just sick.
You got a bad cold.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So bad cold makes somebody feel like it's like a stoner.
Well, listen, everyone who calls this show is a stoner until otherwise proven. If you were giving me an accurate rendition of reality here, and it is just every other week or so, and your last use was 3 weeks ago, it's gone.
Okay.
Okay. You applying for a job?
Yeah.
Don't do a lot of physical exertion or lose weight before you go in there, because that can sometimes liberate some from the fat cells.
Okay.
Where are you applying, John?
Walmart.
Yeah, it's funny. I was going to say that because the last one we had was Walmart. Hey, the worse the job, the less pot you can smoke. It's very ironic. You know, you get a job as a CEO or an actor or producer or something. You don't do any. There's no testing. You know what I mean? It's just ironic. I guess that's how you keep the man down or something. It's just ironic that the crappier the job, the more stringent the testing is. Deborah.
Hi. I wanted to ask about birth control for women, either the pill or Depo-Provera, which you think is better. And
wait, hold on a second, Deborah.
He's gone.
Okay. Perfect. Show's such a well-oiled machine. Sorry, Deborah. Go ahead. Depo? Yeah.
What? Did I do something wrong?
No, go ahead.
Something happened in the studio here. Don't worry.
Oh. What are the side effects to Depo-Provera shots?
A lot of bleeding between your periods, and then losing your periods altogether, and sometimes some weight gain, and sometimes some mood disturbances, and sometimes some hair.
That doesn't sound good.
But that's it. That's not.
That's all. Are there...
Deborah?
Yeah?
Because those are potential side effects, it doesn't mean you're going to get them.
Oh. Well, I'm also on antidepressants. Is it bad to mix the two? because of it.
The birth control pill can affect mood. Well, hormonal contraception can affect mood in either direction. In my experience, Depo-Provera has usually made it a little bit worse.
Yeah.
And the more routine kinds of pills, the packets, particularly the triphasic pills, are more, in my experience, have been a little more on the positive side.
Why don't you just take the pill, Deborah?
I don't know. I'm already taking 2 pills a day, and I think I just wanted to have something that I didn't have to think about for 3 months.
No. What's the pill?
What?
What pills are you taking?
Paxil and Synthroid.
What's the second one, Drew?
Thyroid medicine. So the Synthroid you can be taking the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So why is it more difficult just to take 2 pills?
Hey, to me it's easier.
Yeah, you're already taking some. Just take this with it.
It's like pill carpooling.
Yeah.
you're already popping something in your mouth at a certain time every day. Why don't you just pop a third thing in there?
I think because it's kind of just a mental thing. Just like taking one more medication per day, it just bothers me a little bit. So.
All right.
Well, the thyroid is just replacing the hormone that your body wasn't making enough of, right? Or are you taking it for mood disturbance?
No. I've been taking it since I was 10 years old for hypothyroid.
Yeah, so.
All right. Now get that Depo shot.
And also, is there anything to increase sensitivity?
To what?
For orgasms or for sex?
You gotta fall in love.
Okay. All right.
All right there, Deborah.
The triphasic pill might increase it sometimes.
We're having difficulty tonight rhythmically with our callers.
Yeah. And by the way, Deborah's the kind of person who also takes 14 vitamins.
You think so?
No problem taking those pills.
Yeah, it's like playing handball against the curtains tonight. It's just having, answers kind of coming a beat late. You know, like when you talk to people and you ask them a question, and there's too long a pause, so you start to talk again as they begin to talk. We've got a lot of that with our callers.
Have we gotten really good calls yet?
No.
We're waiting for some good calls.
We're getting strange calls and weird rhythms.
And uncommitted calls.
That's right. But that's all going to change with young Matt, who's 14 years old. Matt?
Yeah?
What's up, buckaroo?
Yeah, I got a question. Okay, first of all, Adam, I want to say, man show rules, man.
Thank you.
It's a cool show ever. And Dr. Drew, you're hella smart.
That's good.
All right. Okay, me and my friend got a question here. Both of us are not circumcised, and we were just wondering, like, how it's going to affect us, like, later when we're having sex and, like, pimping our hose.
Pimping your hose?
Yeah.
Is that the same as crimping your hose?
No.
Is this Tim?
I see.
What are you pimping your hose?
You know, like, I got to go pimp my hose.
Yeah. When he's, later, he's 14 now. When he's 27 and he's getting laid?
No.
You know what's bizarre? I've heard Adam tell the team story many, many times, but I really feel like I'm living it at this moment.
Yeah, but he doesn't have an accent, this man.
But still, hearing a 14-year-old say something like that.
I'll take my accent for you, Adam.
All right. Don't cuss.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What do you want me to talk like?
Say pimping the hose in Russian.
It's in my Yeah. It's in my
It's German, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys German?
No.
You take German class?
Kind of.
I'm just cussing in German for you.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about?
All right. You just watch a lot of Hogan's Heroes?
No.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
Just keep it clean, and the hose will appreciate it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll pimp what you want. I have another question. But, I feel like corset, like rips and stuff.
Yeah, that can happen, and that's really the only downside to that. It can rip and have difficulty sort of coming out. The hair that is getting out, it can narrow and become uncomfortable, but just take care of it. Be careful.
Yeah, that's right. Just keep it clean and go ahead and pimp them hose. James?
Oh, I'm going to be 14 so soon.
Oh, and they're going to be talking about pimping hose at 9 and 10.
No.
Yes. Your sons will have probably pimped their first hoe by their 11th birthday. Don't let them outdoors.
Just build a dungeon.
And smash TVs and radios. James and computers. You're 25. What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
I'll try not to be an egotard.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Drew? I'm 25 years old, and I'm having ED problems. And I was wondering if Viagra is a good idea for somebody my age.
And erectile dysfunction?
That's right.
Why?
If I knew, I wouldn't have a problem.
Well, do you have high blood pressure or something like that?
Yeah, if you're having biological problems with erectile function?
Well, no, I can, get it up when I'm, alone. But if a girl's in the room, hell no.
Why
Any
not?
girl?
Huh?
Any girl?
Well, any girl I'm being intimate with.
Have you ever had a girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
And you've never been able to get it up with them?
Oh, I have. So I guess it's a comfort, being comfortable or not.
Well, that's what you gotta do, be comfortable with somebody.
When did this happen?
Oh, it's been kind of off and on since really, been starting being sexually active.
It's funny how there's different levels of penis comfort that different guys have, and it doesn't really seem to be based on that much. Like, I've seen guys like at bachelor parties with 25 guys spilling beer and chanting around, big boner. Some penises smacking it around on some hooker's forehead or something.
Some penises make themselves at home everywhere.
They really do. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Well, I can make my penis home anywhere I want to, too.
Well, wait a minute now, James. Didn't you just say you had a little difficulty in that department?
Well, yeah, that's why I want to be able to do that.
Oh, you want to be able to do it. Yeah. I see. Okay. I don't think it's Viagra, though. I think you meet the right woman, you have the right relationship.
Take your time. Don't be so threatened.
Get comfortable.
And know that we really don't know the long-term effects of Viagra. So for a healthy person, without biological reasons to take it, a young person, no. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that.
Would be a good idea?
I don't think so.
Well, we don't really think you need it. We just think you need a decent relationship.
Those are so hard to come by.
Well, listen, then keep a Viagra in your wallet, and if you need a nice Tijuana hooker, you can pop one.
And, by the way, that's your problem.
What's that?
Not the penis.
What is it?
The ability to establish a relationship. Oh, I can't do that. It's too hard to come by. Wait a minute. You're 25 years old. That's when you're sort of courting prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so hard. That's what your job is at that age.
That's right.
Have you ever felt comfortable with a partner?
Yeah.
All right.
I had about a 4-year relationship where it wasn't a problem, but ever since then I can't,
What happened? Did you break your heart?
You could say that.
How old were you when that ended?
Oh, geez, I was 22.
Yeah. It's been a rough 3 years, huh? Yeah.
This last year's not been so bad, but the first 2 years after that, it was pretty tough.
Are you feeling confident about yourself?
Everywhere else except for there, yeah. And it kind of, puts a little kink in, feeling confident everywhere else.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Everywhere else doesn't matter. The penis is the epicenter.
Exactly.
You understand? It's the pentagon.
The lightning rod.
That database. It is the brains. It is the headquarters. It is ground zero. That's what the penis is. So if you're not feeling confident in that department,
it can affect everything else.
The troops will just be shooting at each other.
And by the way, it's also reflective of how little, in fact, he is confident in other areas.
Right.
In fact, we're actually confident elsewhere. This would function fine.
Very good point, Drew. One of his rare good points. Glenn?
Yep.
You're 18?
Yep.
You're on with Vin Diesel, who's in Pitch Black, coming out tomorrow.
Glenn, do you have anything exciting?
Well, I was just kind of curious on if catnip is really an aphrodisiac for women.
Yes. No.
It's not?
Maybe not. A homeless guy could bang a supermodel if he had enough catnip.
Or Spanish fly.
Or Spanish fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but you got to get him to eat it. And that's the tough part.
That's good. Snort it.
Oh, you got to snort it. Yeah, True's right. How are you going to get them to eat the catnip?
I thought they had to inject the damn stuff.
Oh, that's right. They got to mainline it. Or rectally take it, one or the other.
Well, I heard you mix it in
Mix it in tea?
Yeah.
But how do you get the...
Yeah, that's how you do it.
How do you get the chick over to the house? I mean, see, the catch-22 is if you get to the point where you're sitting around drinking tea, you're 3/4 of the way home anyway.
So he'll slip into somebody at a restaurant you attract to. It'll just happen to be the person that is in her field of vision when this overcomes her.
That's right.
Well, like the guy earlier about the Prozac brownies, what if I bake it in brownies?
No, Glenn, please, will you cut it out, please?
You shouldn't need any substance.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a pathetic.
There is no such substance for women, A.
No.
Certainly not catnip, and B, what in the hell is going on with your ability to form relationships?
Well, nothing. I have a good relationship. I was just kind of curious because I heard that.
You have a good relationship with your dog?
No.
With who?
My dog, with my girl.
With your girl?
Yeah.
Is she there? Is that what you call your dog?
No, she's not here.
Well, how old is she?
19.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she want an aphrodisiac, or are you thinking of...
No, I was just curious.
Just curious. All right. 19?
Yeah.
What's wrong with her?
Nothing.
Huh? She got a kid?
No.
What's up with her?
Nothing.
Junior college? Well, maybe a little.
Well, all right, thanks.
All right. Our callers are champion liars, too. Junior college? I'll see you later. I gotta go.
well, yes and no. There's a lot of yes and no guys.
Depends what you mean by junior college. All right, where are we, Joe? We're taking a break?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. Pitch Black's the name of the movie he's in that is out in wide release. That movie's in such wide release it's going to be playing at places that don't have screens. They're actually going to be showing it on the sides of buildings, yes. You'll be able to see it from the 405 freeway on your ride home tomorrow night. We'll be back with Joey after this. He has semen is like cottage cheese. Small curd or large curd? We'll figure out after this. Drew? Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. He's from Pitch Black. He plays a convict who can see in the dark because he's kept in a cave. We're in the basement.
They did an operation on him.
Yeah.
Huge operation.
This is surgically enhanced.
You see on the web.
This is the future. What planet is this? Is it...
Don't know. It's some stranded miscellaneous planet.
And they make like a penal colony out of it? Sure.
There was a colony that existed before they crash land on the planet.
What year is it?
So, as David Toohey would say, not so far off into the distant future.
That's good. I like when they don't commit. Smart. Because all those, like all those things, like I remember. Yeah, well,
I ran too fast.
Yeah, it was like Battlestar Galactica, 1987. People are, transporting through time and space in these pod shuttles and stuff. It's just a bad idea. You know,
2001. Well, 2001, good one.
You know what it was is there was something magical about the year 2000. And, the difference between 79 and 80 was just a year, but the difference between 99 and 2000, that was some, 1,000 years.
Future.
So as long as you got past 2000, even if it was 85, it's like 1985, nothing's really changed in 10, 15, 20 years. And you go, 2002, we'll colonize Mars. And I think they just sort of dropped all that. It's smart. Because now that we're in 2000, you can't say 2015, 2025. It doesn't seem effective.
It's also, things change so fast in science from like 1945 to 1965. I mean, the world just changed. And in the 70s, they tried to figure out what the hell to do with it and screwed up.
Right.
And now, nothing's changed in 20 years. It's the same, basically. So computers know what.
Joey?
Yeah.
You're 18?
Yeah.
You have a cottage cheese-like problem in the semen?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it cottage cheese or like tapioca?
It's it's almost like...
That's David Allen Greer vomiting on the show a couple nights ago, by the way. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's more like a cottage cheese type, not as thick, but...
Alright, so it's normal.
It's normal?
Yeah.
You're fine.
Because I know that I've engaged in a risk, I put myself at risk to...
Well, get that checked out, but... Yeah, get that checked out, but I don't think the cottage cheese is a symptom of that, of any problem.
No, there's no pain or anything. It's just the viscosity. Andy?
Yeah.
You're 17. Turn down whatever's up.
Oh, I had to leave the room.
Okay. What's going on there, Andy?
Yeah. Every time I have sex with my girlfriend, she cries because my big.
Oh, all right.
I use lubrication and everything, and it just don't work.
Yeah, you got to go faster.
Are you sure that's why she's crying, or maybe just the whole experience is overwhelming to her?
Huh?
Does it hurt her, or is she emotionally attached?
No, it's not that. She said it hurts so bad.
It hurts?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, sometimes it hurts because they're not really wanting to do it or prepared to do it or ready to do it.
Or they don't know what's bothering them. What,
is there enough foreplay going on?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you stop before she actually cries?
She just starts crying in the middle of it,
Does she think that turns you on?
I ain't getting blue balls.
No, this is not. This guy is enough of a jerk maybe to create this kind of situation, but I don't think that's what the problem is.
All right, Andy. Enjoy the hell that is your life and all that you bring into it.
I'm a big boy.
Jesus Christ! What an a-hole. Daisy?
Hi.
You're 24. What's up?
Oh, I've been on the pill for about 7 years now, and I have a daughter. She's about 7 years old. And I was wondering, Dr. Drew, if I'm going to have problems having kids later on.
No.
No? Mm-mm. Is there like a time limit? Do I need to get off the pill and then get back on? Or
Nope.
No?
Just continue on the pill until you want to have a child. It takes about pretty much everyone restores fertility within 6 months.
Okay, so I'm not going to have to go on fertility pills or anything?
No. If that were the case, don't you think most of this country would be in trouble?
Well, definitely.
Yeah, so no.
Okay, that was all I was worried about.
Okay.
But thank you very much.
All right, Daisy.
Bye.
We've got to get this male contraceptive going here.
We do?
I was reading an article where they've discovered nifedipine really paralyzes sperm. It's a harmless drug, and they've got to get that out.
What did they create it for originally?
Blood pressure medicine, basically.
Mm-hmm. All right, ready to go? Mm-hmm. You couldn't drag your answer out a little longer than that so I could swallow the thing and try to take a sip of it?
Well, I did until you swallowed, and then I wanted to...
Blood pressure medicine. There you go. Cleveland?
Yo.
You're 17.
What up, everybody?
Hey.
What up, Drew? You're a superhero in my eyes.
Well, thank you, Cleveland.
And, Adam.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, wait.
Cleveland, what's the question? Cleveland, what's the question?
Yeah, I started taking Prozac about a year ago.
Yep.
Then I went off it for a while because I was feeling a lot better. But, let's see, about 2-3 months ago, I started taking it again. Okay. And, actually, the first time I was taking Prozac, it killed my sex drive. And,
that's usually what it does.
What's that?
That's usually what it does.
Yeah, but, now it's actually, like, increased from when I was off.
Are you on anything besides Prozac?
No.
Do they think you might have manic depression?
No, it's just, genetic depression.
The reason I ask is sometimes the antidepressant will induce a manic phase in people who are prone to manias.
Yeah.
And then the sexuality becomes more intense. And you sound a little manic.
Oh, yeah? I'm nervous because I'm, talking to America here.
All right.
Yeah, but they're stoned, and they're asleep, and they're not that interested, so don't worry about it, Cleveland.
All right.
All right?
I was just wondering if there's an antidepressant that I could take to really lower, like, my sex drive. Because I'm, like, giving myself the secret handshake, like, 3 times a day, and I want to definitely, I just want to cut down, like...
It's clear, this is very suspicious for manic depression. You got to talk to the doctor that's been prescribing. There are medicines you can add to it to sort of bridle this in a little bit.
Yeah, 3 times a day at 17 is a little light, but that's not bad. I like to see him up around 5, 6, but 3 is acceptable, especially if he doubles down on the weekends. So I don't think it's a big problem. Rolanda?
Yeah.
You're 17, what's up?
Well, I was seeing my ex-boyfriend for like 2 months, and we weren't really messing around at all, and then we quit seeing each other, and I quit talking to him, and then like 6 weeks later, we saw each other again, and we ended up having sex.
You can't stop making noise over there.
Wow. Even I'm amazed.
He either punches his mic or knocks his cup over, he knocked the bottle over, and he rattles around the Altoids can. All right, just I swear to God, you know what I'm going to do, Drew? You know when that... Well, now his mic's up.
It's on me.
Yeah, no, here's what I'm going to do.
He pulls the mic cord out, and this is going crazy.
You know in crampy apartment buildings, they take that shag carpet and they wrap it around the poles so you don't scrape your car. I'm just going to carpet that whole section. I'll put carpet down there, put carpet on the mic, carpet the coffee cup, carpet your hands. We'll be fine. Put a little insulation there. All right, so what? You slept with your ex-boyfriend, and after you broke up, and now he's ignoring you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why'd you break up?
Well, we were just kind of seeing each other, and then we just quit talking for a while. We just completely quit talking. And then I ended up seeing him again, and we ended up having sex, and now I talk to him like every 3 days.
All right, so let me explain why they broke up. They were seeing each other, and then they stopped talking. I see. You know what I love about our callers? They're so concrete in their thinking. Exactly. When you say, like, why, or like you go, why did you get fired? Because
my boss fired me.
My boss fired me. It'd be like,
oh, God. They like deductive reasoning.
No, it's concrete thinking.
It's so concrete.
It's a sign of certain kinds of psychological problems and a certain developmental phase.
Yeah.
There's a lot to that.
Yeah, you go, why'd you and your boyfriend break up? And they go, because we broke up. Because we stopped seeing each other.
In fact, in mental status...
They don't know what you're asking.
It's frustrating. When doctors do... When doctors do mental status examinations, one of the things they do is do proverbs. They'll say, tell me what this proverb means. You can people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And people go, well, if you live in a house of glass, you shouldn't throw things. They break.
Right.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Well, to be fair to them, I think they say greenhouse.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, Rolanda.
Yeah.
So you guys broke up because you guys stopped talking, right?
Well, we didn't really break up. We just kind of quit talking.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're very much in love. You just, just stopped talking.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right.
He needed some ass.
Happens every day. People are very much in love and are planning a wedding, but all of a sudden the mouth stops working. And, the relationship ends.
So you broke up, and then he just wanted to have a little action and called upon you.
Well, he talks to me every, couple of days now because he still wants action, but we're not going out or anything.
And what would you like?
To go out with him?
Yeah.
He just service agreement here.
Yeah. How old is he?
19.
19 or 20?
Are you calling him?
What?
Are you calling him more than he's calling you?
Well, I'll page him,
And then he calls me. Therefore, he's calling me more.
That's it. Well, yeah. If you page him or leave a message or send a fax, that's not the same. Hey, Rolanda.
69.
How old is he, seriously?
19.
All right. Listen, he's a player. I don't trust him.
He's in it for the sex only.
You have one way to get this guy back, and I don't know why you want him back, but you have one way. That's just to cross your legs and see if he comes around. But if you keep putting out...
That's true.
It's
very true.
You'll never get back in a relationship with him, and you'll lose some pride and self-esteem in the process. All right, Rolanda?
Okay.
And then listen, Rolanda, use protection.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yes.
What are you using now? Nothing. Because this guy's an idiot. And he's a player. And he's got a pager. And he's 19. He's going to get you pregnant.
When was the last time you had sex with him?
6 weeks ago. I only had sex with him once.
Okay.
No more.
He's not going to get pregnant. You understand?
Yes.
Okay.
I got that.
Okay. Listen, I just read a study in JAMA where guys with pagers under the age of 25 had a 65% higher incidence of getting women pregnant. It's true. I don't trust guys with pagers who don't need them. What the hell is this? I'm paging everybody.
How could you dispute that fact?
You can't argue it.
That is like...
I swear to God, I've never read that anywhere, but think about it.
I'm going to go with it.
Go with it. I'm right. All right. Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. We'll take a little break, and when we come back, we'll speak to Josh. He can't get an erection since a car accident. Wants to know when he'll get it back. I'm guessing it's in the glove box. He's got to go down to the tow yard to get it after this.
Hey, you, Peter.
I'm breaking it up. Let's go. It's Loveline. I'm Adam, that's Drew. Vin Diesel's our guest tonight. He's in Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
Did I say it right?
Wow, that was perfect.
Good.
You've been saying it perfect all night.
It's easy to remember. I have Vin Diesel's easy,
It's
Pitch Black's
catchy.
easy. Very catchy, and you've seen the spots all over the place. I think at one point, one of the commercials, doesn't the guy spit some flammable fluid out of his mouth and light it?
Spits alcohol out. Torch, it creates a torch.
Yeah.
Only to realize his doom.
Yeah, that's not going to last real long. That
No,
You can only spit fire for, 10, 15 minutes before eventually it goes out.
Not the most practical weapon.
Yeah, I might as well just light a fart. I got to tell you, we drove from Denver because we got snowed and went to Aspen last week.
Oh, yeah.
Drove from Denver to Aspen, 5 hours in a limo. I lit gas all the way there.
You did not.
Absolutely.
Well, you were sitting by a woman, right?
I certainly was.
And what did she...
Never met her before.
Did she jump out of the car?
Never met her before. She had no choice.
Were there hyenas in the car laughing at you?
Daniel started it by farting, so he broke the ice. We hadn't even got out of the airport yet. A 5-hour drive. She was some executive from Comedy Central or HBO. She was horrified.
You worked her.
She was horrified. I lit farts for her.
This was in a hospital.
5 hours.
Sure of it.
Mental hospital, to be fair. Not a hospital. All right.
Oh, my God.
She's fine. Abby?
Yes.
You're 20.
Yes.
What's up? I swear to God. You know me, right? I'm not lying, am I?
I know you.
Packed in a limo with 6 people on the snowboard and luggage and just 5 hours of lighting farts. It was huge.
And I imagine it's Jimmy and you and Daniel laughing constantly.
Like maniacs.
Mm.
All right, Abby, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Okay, I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years, and I've never had an orgasm, so I was just wondering if that was, normal. or if it was something that's wrong with him.
Is he performing oral sex?
Yeah.
Are you masturbating?
Not anymore, but I have.
Have you ever had an orgasm by yourself?
Yes.
Oh boy, so it's him then. It's not you.
Well, sort of. I mean,
she knows how she
not
works.
so fast, man.
Like,
slow down there.
I have, like, I can almost get there, but, like, I can't. I don't know. Like, it's like it takes an awful lot.
Is there anything that's stopping you? Any traumatic experience from the past or anything like that?
No, I've never had, like, any type of abuse.
No, everything's good?
Yeah.
You love Daddy?
Are you able to tell him what you want, your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Can you attribute it to anything he's doing? Or not doing?
No, like, I mean, everything's fine. Like, it's not like I'm not enjoying it.
How long has it taken before... How long have you been actually giving him explicit directions?
Probably about, for the, like, last 6 months or so.
Okay. Yeah, I think this relationship's done.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's one of these things when young people don't know when something's over.
Good. Yeah.
Good one, Drew.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And she started out with kind of angry. There's something wrong with him. You know, this is... You know, right.
you guys, you almost bought into it.
Well, not to check it out.
You almost was like, yeah, something is wrong with him.
You've been going out since 15.
Yeah.
You're 20 now.
Yeah.
It's time.
Game over. That was a high school thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're done. Next.
You starting to feel like you're getting to the end of this here, Abby?
I don't really... No, I don't. But, I mean,
How would Abby know what the end is? She's never had an end of a relationship.
Is it a buddy thing?
Huh?
Do you find yourself kind of thinking of him as more of a friend?
Yes and no.
Uh-oh. That's it.
That's the death of a poor kid.
Yeah.
Second you looked at it as just a buddy, you're done.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
I'd rather be looked at as a piece of furniture. Like an ottoman than a buddy.
Yeah, she's grown.
I really would.
She's grown into a woman.
I don't even like my friends to think I'm a buddy.
She's grown into a woman during the course of this relationship.
I even want my male friends to think of me as a sex object. Nobody.
I don't know, like, I'm not really, like, I don't know, I love him and everything, I'm not ready to say it's over, like...
Yeah, but Abby...
Well, you're comfortable. No, you've got a comfortable thing going on.
Give them the little spiel on not knowing when relationships are over at her age.
Yeah, that's true, I mean...
Hold on.
Every relationship that starts early goes twice as long as it should, at least. And that's just the way it is. You just have no idea. You just don't. Just like I was talking earlier about your parents, you know, you sort of buy into everything.
Life any other way.
Yeah, you just don't. And you get that real steady thing going at 15, and before you know it, you're 20, and you don't know what else is out there. But your body, especially if you're a woman, kind of tells you.
Right. I imagine if Abby met her present boyfriend when she was 22. Right. Predict how long that relationship would last.
A weekend.
3 months. 3 months, max.
3 months.
Yeah.
And listen, if you even have to hesitate, like, hey, do you look at the guy as a buddy?
That's not
yes
good.
And no.
Really, it's not good.
No.
You're not infatuated with it.
That is over.
Christina?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're 25. This is the only part of the job I like, is telling people their relationship was over 3 years ago.
Game over. You're out of there.
You've been living a lie, sister. All right, Christina, you're 25. What's up?
Well, my husband, we have a very, very active sex life. But when I go to bed at night, he gets on the phone and he's calling 900 numbers and international numbers. And I mean, it can be right after we've just had sex. And I mean, sometimes it's 3 and 4 times, you know, that we have sex before I actually go to sleep. Mm-hmm. And he's still getting on the phone and he's calling these numbers. Yeah. But he's in denial. He says he doesn't do it.
Maybe it's just cuddling with them. All right, be quiet. Let's hear what song's playing in the background, Christina.
Oh, it's...
Hold on. Shh. Hold the phone up.
Did you hear it?
Well, it's Kid Rock?
Kid Rock.
Yeah. That was Anderson knows who that is. All right. He was on a show a few months ago. Hey, Christina?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy's compulsive. He's got a problem.
Is he an alcoholic also?
Actually, yes, he is.
Yeah. So this is
he hides it from me.
Christina,
later.
This is sexual addiction.
Hey, Christina.
And it needs to be treated.
You got hooked up with a guy who's hiding a lot of stuff.
Alcoholism is a bad sign.
I've talked to his dad. I've talked to his grandmother, and just nothing works.
Yeah, well, they're alcoholics too, right?
No.
One of them. Someone is.
His dad was.
Well, that's what we said.
Right.
Okay.
He's recovering. He is a recovering alcoholic.
Not if you're this involved in sexual addictions.
Well, your guy's not recovering. The dad is, right?
Right. The dad is recovering.
Yeah, your guy's not. Yeah. All right, Christina. What kind of guy was your dad?
My dad? Well, he was never home during the week because he worked 6 days a week. He was a truck driver. And it was basically me and my mom and my 12 brothers and sisters.
12?
Yeah.
12?
Yeah.
Hey, Christina?
Yeah?
Can you turn the goddamn radio down just a little bit, please?
He's in the bathroom, and that's what he does when he's in there in the shower.
Oh, God knows what else he's doing in there.
He's slamming something.
There's no door? He can't shut the door in
It's shut. He has a built-in stereo in the bathroom.
Okay. Hey,
I've even got my bedroom door shut.
Christina, how many of your brothers are in jail?
None.
Really?
Right.
They've all been paroled?
No, none of my brothers have ever been in trouble.
Wow.
12? Good.
No, you don't. Your dad drove a truck and had 12 kids.
Well, the other 12 are not his. That was my mother's first husband.
That's even worse.
Well, her first husband died.
Okay. Listen.
I think he was a sexual addict, too, but...
All right. Hey, Christina?
Yes.
Do you have any kids?
No.
Good. Please don't have any kids. This guy has to get in a bunch of 12-step programs, maybe 24, 36-step programs.
Really, he's, and I bet you there's more than alcohol going on here. I virtually guarantee it.
Alcohol's enough.
Alcoholism is enough to be a sex addict, and but I this hiding in the shower for hours with the music playing. What's he doing in there?
He's weird.
Yeah.
Loud.
What's going on?
Music loud. Showers.
Yeah. This is
part of up to.
The beauty of Christina is she ain't exactly Columbo.
No.
She don't ask a whole lot of questions. He nails me 3 or 4 times, and he's on the phone to Finland
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, he's talking to like Helsinki for 4 hours after he climbs
I don't
off
get
of me.
the phone call stuff. He nails her 3 times, and then
he's a sexual addict.
what's the phone call?
Sex lines.
Sex lines.
Welcome to the hotline that connects large women with men who are dwarfs.
Okay. 3 or 4 of them.
Interesting.
A night. Yeah, that's sexual addiction. That's
Oh, boy.
the real thing.
Imagine that, though. Imagine the guy who marries into this. It's like he's out on a date with a chick. It's like, he's falling in love. Listen, I gotta say something. Yes? And my previous husband died, yes? I have 12 kids. I'd be like, 12.
Okay.
Like if the chick went like, I have a 3-year-old, I'd be like, ooh, geez, yeah, I don't know if I can. 12. That ain't 7. That's 5 more. There's a little stipulation here. 12 kids. My vagina's the size of a 50-gallon drum. 12 kids. How do you even have 12 kids?
In a lifetime.
I mean, don't you have to have like 3 and 3 and 3 and 3? I mean, could you just have 12? I mean, could you continuously be pregnant for, just 10, 11 years, just nonstop? You know what I mean? Like, just everyone close your eyes and just picture for the next 11 years you're pregnant. You're either giving birth or you're pregnant.
You started at 16 or 15.
But it's
you can be sure of that.
It's bizarre. It's like it's unimaginable to me. I'd as sooner believe someone just say I could levitate for 20 minutes than have 12 kids
in this day and age.
It sounds like a farm.
Yeah, that's great, too. Once you meet your new 12 brothers and sisters. Oh, man. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back.